All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you guys. This is J. Randy here. If you hear me, good evening to you. And as you can see, that is the logo picture there for the YouTube. All you gotta do that chat in J. Randy free voice, and then you'll be able to find me. All right. So we're trying to work on an internet radio as well too. So please share the video. In the meantime, before we start the show, I'd like to start with something here for you guys because we are going to analyze two videos here. Let's say about three videos. Yeah, three videos. One will be the president's speech today, opening remarks. We're going to look at the Minister of Finance, and then we're going to look at two other videos. So I just want to give you guys a history. Yes, a history. What I'm about to show you guys perhaps is something that you guys have seen before, but again, those of you who follow me religiously, I want you to listen to the video of mine that was captured on December the 29th, 2017. There's something that I mentioned on that video, and today Mr. Weir repeated himself today on that very thing. The government has failed. That's what I want you to understand. So be my guest. The video is coming on right now. Just share the video. I'll join you guys shortly because we'll be watching the video together.
You guys can hear me, all right? I have to find myself here and see. All right, let's see here. You guys can hear me. Yeah, I think you got. Yeah, I can hear myself here now. So I think I should be good to go. Yeah, I think I should be good to go now. All right, I should be good to go here. Let me try to get some folks. If you don't mind sharing the video for me, I will appreciate that. But I would like to share it with few groups so that folks can join me here. It's not going to be long. As you can see, the title out there: constructive suggestion and advisory warning to President-elect George Weah. I have some information through my suggestion to share with him, and I would like you guys to be part of this suggestion because it's going to be kept into the technology history so that whatever I'm going to say, whether it come to fruition or it done, you guys will know that I once said it, and you will be on record to prove whether I was right or wrong. So let me do something quickly here to the last group here, and then be able to start the whole thing, the ball rolling here. Okay. Okay. So I think I'm good to go. So again, I would like to thank everyone who have joined so far. Um, my my coming here is something special today. Usually it would be Tunis and myself on the CDC Our USA show, but today I decided to come solo because I have a personal message for President-elect Senator George Weah, not as a citizen, but this time around as a professional. You know, let me thank all citizens and all meaningful Liberians for supporting our peace process in our country. It showed to the world that we are making progress in the direction of becoming one of the successful democratic republic on the continent and in the world. And, when I saw what Mr. Borga did yesterday, I was very amazed. Tears came down my eyes because that was almost like in the United States where the loser will send a concede message to the winner. Having said that, guys, I want to also thank all the citizens for standing very strong behind Ambassador Weah, now President-elect Weah, for the past 12 years. I mean, you guys are proving to be very strong in everything that you plan to do. And looking at Senator President now elect Senator George Weah to lead us in the direction we want to be. But here's what I have to say. I know you guys want to join me, but please just give me 10 to 15 minutes. I would like to say a few things so that we can have this conversation, please, because it's very important. I want you to get this point so that we can have this conversation. It's very, very important. So please just give me 10 to 15 minutes. Now, here is what I want to say to President-elect George Weah. Our people of Liberia overwhelmingly elected you as president. Now you are president-elect. Based on that, they have invested their interest in you, and they look forward to you leading them to some sort of good life. Is it going to be quick? Absolutely not. Here what it's going to take. It's going to take your platform with your vision and your goals to achieve whatever you want for the people of Liberia. That said, President-elect, you are not president for Madam Salif. You are not president for the coalition. You are not president for me, Randy. You are not president for Dave Kaye on here. You are not president for my brother Armstrong. You are not president for Sai Bangura. You are president of the Republic of Liberia, in which everyone that are named so far are part of that country. You now represent everyone within our country. What I think you need to start to look at first is the issue of reconciling the country. That should be the first step, and that should be done simultaneously. Second issue here is when it comes to how you place people in government. This is where my 4 suggestions are going to start. Suggestion number 1. I have 4 suggestions. So guys, I want you guys to listen to that. I have 4 suggestions. Suggestion number 1. I saw a lot of folks who came from other political parties to join you in our effort. I appreciate that. That's what I call partnership. The partnership with you in order to have you elected. Kudos to them. But the people of Liberia, in and outside the country, know the work ethics, know the scorecards of Mr. Eric Starter, Mr. Weston Finley, Mr. Glenwood McIntosh, Mr. Winston Toppet, Mr. Professor Suni. The people of Liberia know their scorecards. So suggestion number 1, I would suggest to you that those gentlemen I just named, they should be on your advisory board. They should serve as an advisor to you. The reason they should be in our role is because the people of Liberia have seen what they have done. They have what I would describe as their scorecard. They know their capabilities. So suggestion number 1 is to put those guys on your advisory board. Suggestion number 2, when it comes to your cabinet and your directors, I want you to have that open vision, because right now there are a lot of people who have surrounded themselves around you, preventing other people from getting closer to you. That is not healthy. What is healthy is for you to have that portal between Liberian in the diaspora and local Liberian, because that will give you the opportunity to flex your understanding of how things should be done. Because why? Almost everyone in Liberia, you Ambassador, we know what their work ethics are, what are their performances. You know it all. Nevertheless, you can still bring them on board. That said, when it comes to your recruitment process, I want you and your team, your transitional team, to be able to bring in and vet the best. Suggestion A, on suggestion 2, whoever you're going to select as your minister for any ministry, let that person doing your interaction with them or your team be able to come up with a 3 years vision plan for that ministry. 3-year vision plan for that ministry. The reason for doing that is to effect changes. That also goes to your directors. Whoever you're going to appoint as your director should also be able to come up with a 3-year plan to effect that agency performance. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I'm an analyst. President Johnson's study became a massive failure, which caused Boca to lose this election because he had no record that Eddie Johnson's study was able to establish for the past 12 years, and it failed. And the reason for that is people handpick people whether it was in Liberia, whether it was abroad, and took them to President Johnson Sirleaf. And all she did was to take them and put them in position without even asking them for their credentials. Now, still speaking about that credential, Mr. Eugene Fagon, if you don't know Randy, you're going to know me. I admire everything you did to Mr. Boyka. I'm a citizen, you're a citizen. Having mentioned what I think Ambassador Weah should do for whoever he's going to put in the cabinet position or in the director position, whoever will be chosen for every ministry, Mr. Fagon, you and I have to make sure that we present that person education, we present that person work experience to show to the Liberian people that that person is indeed was vetted and we have seen what that person is made of. If you cannot do it, I will do it. Because you know why? The failure in the past has been government officials from the president have failed to vet people. They only took people who they had close association with and they put them in position. That is why you saw President Sirleaf just keep reshuffling, because she didn't have that vision to determine what she really wanted to get out of her platform. Ambassador Weah has used his platform to tell the people of Liberia that he will bring up a change. So as member of the CDC team, before we take the cow to the waterside, I want to make sure that it's a healthy cow. What do I mean by that? Before President-elect George Weah take office, I want to make sure that I be on record to tell him what I'm telling you now. Because I predicted that Mr. Trump was going to win this election because Hillary Clinton baggage she had. He did win the election. I predicted in March that Ambassador Weah was going to win this election because Ellen Johnson said he had failed to execute what she should have done. Now I'm saying to Mr. Weah, what I just said, you must be able to listen to me and be able to at least process what I'm telling you so that you can become successful. Now, that said, when it comes to check and balance in the system, you represent the people. You do not represent the national legislature. You do not represent President Sirleaf. You do not represent the Supreme Court. You represent the people of Liberia. That said, I want you in your term of office to have your press call at least 3 days in a week, to have them invite the press team to sit and listen to your press secretary, giving them an update on what you are doing to meet the needs of our people. The reason for doing that is to create check and balance in the system. I'm not saying you should do it the way Trump is doing it here. I'm saying as president, you came with a vision. That vision was in your platform. We discussed that platform here for you. Now we want to see the effect that it's going to have. It is one thing to have the plan. It is another thing to brief the strategy and ideas into that plan. And that is what I'm trying to present to you here. So I would like to see, on a weekly basis, you have an update. And that update is your obligation to the people of Liberia. Again, you are not president for you are not president for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You are not president for Gregory McIntosh. You are not president for Professor Tappe. You are not president for Westonga Finley. You are not president for Mr. Suning. Also, I want you to also maintain institutional knowledge people. That is from the assistant director down to the janitor in every ministry, in every agency. That's what we call institutional knowledge. These people understand how the agency works. They understand how the ministry works. Those are the institutional knowledge of people. Those are the people you have to maintain. Now, when it comes to performance, I will also want you to have a council that will monitor all the performances of the ministers, your directors. The reason for doing that is to determine whether your goal is being achieved. Because when it comes the following year for you to give your State of the Nation address, each ministry should be able to outline to you what they have achieved from that goal they gave you, what are the challenges, and how are they going to solve this problem. During your inaugural speech also, Mr. President-elect, I don't want you to say, I promise to do this. No. So many leaders have promised, and they have not been able to deliver. I want you to talk about solution as to how you're going to find ways to improve the living standard of our people. Be able to say that in your speech. Do not say, I'm going to promise you, I'm going to promise you, because history has shown that a lot of promises haven't been realized because people promise, but they don't plan before they promise. So please, I'm saying this because I was on my show with Tunis. We defended you, and this is the time now that I got to provide these constructive suggestion and warning to you. Failure to follow this instruction, Mr. President, you're going to go right back into the sea swamp, and the people are going to start criticizing you. And those who think that I'm looking for a job, you're going to see me because I will be here to providing constructive criticism about Ambassador Weah government. I am not saying this thing for you guys to hit me. I want for Ambassador Weah to succeed because I'm an individual who have been in so many places that I have been able to contribute to the success of wherever I work. That is why I'm saying this thing here. Now, when your ministers are confirmed and are given the opportunity to serve you within the first 60 days, they should be able to come up with that 3-year vision plan they gave you. They should be able to come up with a smart goal strategy that will tell you how they want to achieve those things. Take, for example, if you take somebody for the Ministry of Agriculture. Right now, we are importing pepper, all kind of crap that we can use on our soil. Liberia is not on the ocean where we don't have land. We have a vast land. So let the Minister of Agriculture, in his plan, be able to tell you how can he or she increase rice production, how can he or she increase like soybeans, corn, how can we turn those things into process in order to create production in our country. Because any country that continues to export raw material, it is not going to increase economic growth. So let them be able to do these things. Secondly, I was very disappointed in Madame Salif when she took the Ministry of Planning and Economic Affairs and put that underneath the Ministry of Finance. That was wrong. Here's why. The Ministry of Planning is to project the economic strength of our country in terms of our resources. It is also responsible to determine the exponential growth of our population. That ministry should be a stand-alone ministry. They are also responsible to carry on planning in the rural areas that involve all the other ministry performance. That was wrong on Madam Sadi's part to do such a thing. So another suggestion to you is to be able to take that ministry out of finance and make it a stand-alone ministry. All right? That will be suggestion number 3. All right? On the check and balance system. Now, the final part here, the final suggestion to you, Mr. President-elect, is to be able to stay away from Madame Salif. You can listen to what she has to tell you, but you don't necessarily have to follow them. You must have open-minded people. You should bring in bright ideas, bright minds. There are many Liberians out here in America, in Europe, in Thailand, in Australia. Try to seek for these people. Look for them. Because the more fresh idea you bring into your government, they are not part of the traditional society of folks that include Mr. Tyler, Mr. Weston Finley, Mr. Winston Tapper, Mr. Greyway McIntosh. When you bring those folks out to join you, they are not going to work in your government. Some may want to work, some may want to consult. But the reason you bring in that idea together is to make sure that you get a refined decision that will help you. Because people that come from the outside coming with a lot of vision that they can give to you. That is why I'm appealing to you that those folks that just name and continue to name should be on the advisory board and not in your cabinet or on your directory staff within the area that you have total control, because it's not going to help. So again, Mr. Fagon, I want you to join me. Let us be able to show to the people of Liberia, to the critics of Ambassador Weah, that whoever he's going to select to serve in this different position, we need to make sure that individual resume, because once you are in government, your record is public. There are certain records we cannot present, but things like your educational credential, your resume, your work experience, your ethics. These are things that I would suggest that we present to the people of Liberia. And the reason we're doing that is to assure them that Ambassador Weah is indeed making a very considerable choices of our people, so that when they start to perform and they don't perform well, whether it's Mobile Malu, whether it's Magale, if they don't meet the performance level of your government, tell them, my brother, we can find somewhere else for you to perform. Because what you will be telling them is, I represent the people of Liberia. They expect more from me, but I have to strategize ways in how I can achieve the more they want from me by making sure that I put plan into action, and action deliver result, and result will be evaluated, and then we can continue to look for another performance to increase other area. So having said that, guys, I want to stop here because it's not something long. I just want to make sure that this message be shared with Ambassador Weah, because right now I have been here trying to support him. I cannot get to him. Thank God for technology. That this medium that we have to our advantage, someone in his circle will say, you know what, you might want to listen to this. Because you know what, at the end of every year into the new year, the State of the Nation address, based on your minister performance, they will give you report that they will be able to, those reports will enable you to tell the national legislature and the world and the people of Liberia how well are you doing in your government. And it will build for you the track record that you will not have to campaign for the second term. Because when you lay that foundation, you will not have to campaign. You should learn. You saw how Mr. Boka struggled because bad pace. Sorry for that interruption. I was getting the call. She set a very bad pace for him, which is why he was unable to succeed. So this conversation will continue. I will be on the platform by myself. If I see things happening in the Weah administration that does not affect changes, I will come back here and let you guys know about it. So till then, I don't know if anyone has anything to say, but that's all I have for now. I wish President President-elect Weah, I wish him success. And I also want to make sure that you out there and myself, we should rally around by coming up with this suggestion so that his government can take heed to some of these suggestions. Because if he doesn't take any of these advices from us and things happen, then we will be on record. I will be on record, you will be on record. So you should have that openness and allow good conversation to be here, because we have to, rest assured that my brother God is saying that good decision will be made. I want to see people who will be in your government that will be here accountable for what they do. I don't want to see the old school people, because we already know who they are, folks. And one thing I also want to encourage Mr. Weah to do, I want to make sure that he get into the business of also bringing folks who will consult with the government. And, bring folks who will consult. Liberians can consult with the government. That alone will cut down costs, expenditure, like gas slips, like vehicles. And one thing too, when you have your plan, Ambassador Weah, I forgot to inject this into the conversation. If you have any plan for our people, like you want to increase tuition, and the House of Representatives that include the Senate and the representatives, and the both Senate and the representative, if the guys in the House are refusing, you might want to come on the social media, call a press conference, tell the people you represent that the folks in the House there, this is what I'm trying to do. They are not giving me the chance to do it. They are your elected district representative. Call them up. Try to expose them. If they refuse to do anything, expose them to the public and to the world. Trust me, little by little, as we go through the election period, they will all be kicked out, and those who want to make sure that they meet the needs of the people will be put into office. Do not give them simple hand, because at the end of the day, when you take side with them and you fail, trust me, Mr. Weah, you don't want to walk down on Broad Street for people to look down and say, look at him. And many people have said that, oh, your education is not this, is not that, which I don't believe. But in order to test those who have education, like I said, when you select your minister, let them give you their 3 years vision plan within 60 days upon you accepting them to take that office. They should come up with a smart goal plan. It's one thing to be book educated, and it is another thing to be well experienced with years of experience, educated. That is the Mr. Eddie Johnson said he make. So again, thank you guys so much. Anybody who want to participate, you are welcome to do so. If not, I need to take a hike. I got stuff to do. It's snowing out here. So if you want to join the conversation, please let me add you on. I think my Mata want to come in. Let me hit in here. What they say here, they will receive an invite. Okay, I got an invite. My Mata, I think. Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
my man, we finally made it.
Yes, we did. We did. That phase
Yeah,
is over now.
that phase is over. Now we're talking about governance, and some of the key
Yes.
points you're stressing when it comes to governance, because
Yes.
one of the some of the problems we're having in Liberia over the years, and we've been overlooking is when it's about vetting people to occupy key policy position in government.
Yes.
Then going to school and understanding the workings of government are two different things.
Correct.
And and, and going to school and demonstrating integrity and honesty and leadership are two different things. So
Yes.
sometimes people just think going to school is all about it.
Yes.
It comes with some price. And when you want to
Absolutely.
lead, it comes with some
Yeah.
responsibility.
Guys, just hang on, guys. I'll just give everybody 1 minute. So I see all the admins. So just hang on. Let my brother, my matter finish, and I'll bring you guys in. Okay. I
And
haven't used this meme before where I can take 2 or 3 people. So I don't know how it works. But
no, I don't think you can bring two people on at a
so it's one
time.
at a time, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So
And
finish your
you
thought so I can bring the other guys in.
stress a good point this morning.
Okay.
Some of the
Thank you.
things, understand, I don't want to be repeating you, but I want to applaud you for raising the kind of argument. Especially we from the citizen, we need to raise the kind of argument because in the past, people in the United Party, some people felt that you can be part of the party and guide the party's strategy. I've been
Yes.
very critical of some of the things the party does. And
Yes.
it's so we from the CDC, so we just sit there and play blind eye on to see the governance system going wrong. We need
Yes.
people.
Yes. Not
We
at
need
all.
people, we need people with integrity. And one thing we're lacking in
Yes.
our country, brother, I work
It's
in that country.
integrity.
I work in that country 2 years, almost 6 years. I'm auditor
I
with the
agree.
GS,
Yep.
and our
Yep.
party hip audit. And the HIPAA
Okay.
audit, we're looking at periods, we're auditing period outside early administration. But I will tell you
Correct.
that even break about education, even the system of accountability, the
Yes.
reporting system, even kind of reference. I
Okay.
say,
Okay. My matter are getting a lot of guys, so let me try to take
yeah,
them. Yeah.
I,
You can always come back in. All right, bro.
I want to encourage you to continue the discussion. We
I
follow
will,
you.
sure. And I need your support too because we have to make sure that in Basel we have to see. So it's all
Oh,
about constructive and suggestion. That's why it's all about here. Okay, let
okay.
me bring in Abdullah. I'm bringing in Abdullah now.
All right, guys. So I'm about to come on now. So brace yourself and be ready. Good afternoon to everyone. This is Jay Randy here, and thank you so much for being patient with me. And I think many of you guys will get to understand my mindset because I want you guys to understand how my mind works. That's all I want you to do to understand. When you provide the information, you want people to understand how your mind works. Now you saw the video. In fact, the guy you just listened to, the promise he made on that video, is not living up to it. He sometimes come here to criticize what he was asking me to do. And that's why I want you guys to understand. Today, people are fighting hard for Mr. Cummings to be president. But I can assure you that if God gave him that opportunity, he become the next president, I will come and say the same thing here too. And then let's see after 6 years, when he going for re-election, let's see all those who will be talking to me that day. Let's see what their reaction will be. it's all about commitment. It's all about trust. I'm not saying I don't trust people, but I like to see the people in the end. So now that you have seen our video, let's go now and listen to what Mr. Weah said today. There are some key words that I want you to underscore. In fact, before we go there, let me just bring you up to some speed here. All right. So I'm going to put something on the screen for you to see here. All right. So as you can see this thing right here, guys. All right. So you see this here. So the agriculture minister was not in that authority, but this is what I have here. All right. Here is the original one here, starting with Miss Pizzotai. As you can see here, I got 2018 and 2021. This was roughly about what 3-year vision plan. And these things were written right after I made that announcement. Yes. And then I also added one there for the president too. Same thing. Right? Okay. Now the question here is, did they take my advice? Did they take my advice? I don't know whether they did. But let's go now and listen to the president's speech now, right? So the president made a speech today. Let's bring it here. So there you go.
Government partners and specialists, officials of government, additional leaders, members of the focus state, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to welcome you to this presidential cabinet retreat and thank you for your active participation in the governance of our great nation. While I commend your hard work and dedication to teaching, it is noteworthy that large scale remains to be done to bring our nation to the promised land as we stand in the fruitful agenda of prosperity and development, our national development plan. Accordingly, we have carefully selected a set of priorities for consideration during this retreat, namely the PAPD performance, outlook of the national economy, management and coordination of foreign aid, a review of the 2022 legislative agenda, increasing accountability and transparency in government, spreading the culture of performance and delivery of results, improving coordination and teamwork in government, a review of presidential priorities for the next 16 months. Over the last 4 years of this administration, we have made good strides in the implementation of development projects across the country. It is therefore imperative to review the status of these projects to ensure that they are fully aligned with our goals and intentions to take our country to its desired destination.
All right, so let's start the analysis here, right? So right now you are looking at a very uninformed president right now. Very, very uninformed, right? Project should be within the policy program. Project should be within the what? The policy program. When you run a ministry or agency, you receive budget. That budget is supposed to support a program. And in every program, there are institutional requirements that every ministry and agency is supposed to carry out. If there's any reason that you want to create a project, that project will also be on the side along with the program. Now, he spoke about the project. How you think the project will be successful? The project will be successful when you are, wait for it, when you have what we describe as what? A vision plan, all right? So you see here, you got a vision plan here. So when you have a strategic plan, that project will fit within this strategic plan because it will give you a focus area. So the president today spoke about a project, but there is no driver. Like you say, we got specific people along the road. You driving a car, but you don't know where the people going. If you're supposed to help the people get to where they're supposed to go, you're supposed to be prepared to have a car where you will bring them in and sit them. And sit them into their seat and be able to drive the project. So the president is telling you that, oh, we have a project and a project. No, the ministry doesn't operate on project. The ministry are meant to carry out programs. Some of the programs could be project, but they must be driven through a vision plan. Plan that should have set in motion from 2018. Now, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, right? 4-year vision plan. By this year now, if they have set their priority right, this year should have been a result of everything they had done from 2018. So when you see me asking them for results, it's because there were nothing like strategic plan that they put together that should have started technically from 2019 to 2021. They never did none of those things. So the president talking about project. The question here is, Mr. President, how will the project be driven? You have the PAPDP, right? But the PAPDP is an umbrella. It's like a t-shirt. All right? It's like a t-shirt. Right now, I'm wearing a t-shirt called what? Guest. All right? This is a guest t-shirt here. But if everybody in the CDC government wear the guest t-shirt, finance minister will wear the guest t-shirt, minister of labor will wear the guest t-shirt, that is the PAPDP. But everyone who wears that t-shirt represents different ministry, and each ministry got their own program. So what applicable? That when now you bring in this thing here, everyone on the ministry here will look at education ministry, will take the education and training and put that in a PADP, but at the same time, they must come up with a strategic plan to drive this program and drive the policy. And then for every 3 months, you measure your progress. So when you listen to the president talking about, oh, let us look at program and stuff like that, he doesn't know what he's talking about. That is the level of incompetence right there. And the people around him are fooling throughout. This is how real things work in the real world. These are things that we do every day in America here. There are some Liberians that are doing these things, but they don't want to come here to talk about it because they feel very embarrassed. But for me, I would not be afraid. I would not be ashamed to come and talk about it that the government has failed. You must have a strategic plan in order to drive anything because you got a budget. The plan must include the programs. So listen to him more here again, folks. Listen to the president here, right? Let's listen to him.
Accordingly, I have included the Presidential Development Corps in the retreat activity so that I can inspect key development projects and initiatives in my country. It is my expectation that all of you participants will actively engage in this retreat as we are now entering a crucial period of this administration. In October 2023, just 16 months from now, Liberian people will have the constitutional opportunity to reward us for the results we are achieving. It is therefore imperative that all hands are on deck with the full commitment to ensure that we get a resounding victory. I commend your active participation in the performance management and compliance system, which requires all ministries, agencies, and commissions to develop a comprehensive, critical, and analytical report of policies and programs that are on their directions, with particular emphasis on those that have been instituted within the period of our stewardship. You are also expected to develop service delivery chapter for your institution, provide clarity to the public of the high quality services you are providing. It is also of critical importance that you develop institutional strategic plans that are well aligned with the national development.
You hear that now, guys? Did you finally hear that now? In the last minute to the time, he's talking about the ministry now should develop a strategic plan. Yesterday, we were on focus on Africa. The question was asked to me, right? What the government has done. I told you guys they went for 4 different retreats. This one make it the 4th one. So if you hear the president talking about now they should develop a strategic plan, what happened to all the other retreat they went for? What did they discuss? What were the objectives? What came out of that retreat and what were they hoping to achieve? You see, this whole thing here is a failure, guys. The document here is a failure. The CDC government failed to implement this document here because they were not prepared from day one. They were not listening. Samuel told McGill, the both of them felt that they knew everything, so they neglected every one of you guys' advice. Each and every one of you guys that throw in your late 2 cents of advice, they refused everything. Now, what he said here, these are things that should have been said long time ago. This year, the president should not be talking about planning. This year, the president should be talking about deliverable. He should be holding the people here and say, yes, all my ministry have performed across the country X, Y, and Z. He telling the people now to come up with strategic plan. When you listen to that first video that I showed before I came on, what did you hear me say over there? Mr. President, bring these people in and tell them to provide to you the 2 to 3 year vision plan. Once any program come in, it will fit within a 2 to 3 year vision plan. They never listen. When you hear him talking about project, those are projects that the World Bank. World Bank don't implement program. They come with projects. All the little road, bridges, whatever World Bank doing, they don't call them program. They call them project. World Bank goes around and help government to carry out major projects. So when you hear the president talking about project, that means that everything they did here never came into any fruition or were never implemented by anybody. So the question now is, why is he calling on a cabinet minister now to start to develop different programs with strategic area? Because they fail. They fail. They fail. You know, you ever heard the word where they say plan to fail or fail to plan? That's what they had done. He failed. He failed the Liberian people. The time he talked to be building all his condominiums, the time they took to be dancing Bugatti dance, they don't know that there was something called strategic plan. You are looking at a total failure. The government failed the people. The whole thing here, it never benefited the people. Never. Why? Because there was no minister. That webpage you could have gone on to find these things here that I'm showing you right now. No ministry. No ministry. If the people meant business, they would have developed a from 2018 to 2021 strategic plan. All right? They should have a mission statement, a vision statement, followed by 6 proposed strategic plan with their focus area. With all these things, every year they would have been providing what? Result of their performance. But no ministry and agency on job will ever develop a strategic plan. Only today, and Mr. Weir now is asking his government official to focus on strategic plan or a strategy plan. That's how incompetent this government is. They have failed the people. They have failed the people. Yes, they have failed the people. There's nothing they're going to do now. There's nothing. And I want you to understand that. 5 years in office, you're not asking for a strategic plan. That's a shame. Let's wrap it up and see what he has to say here. Let's wrap it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, before and on our continent in the past weeks.
Now, he's about to tell you now that he got a report. He's about to talk about significant development. This president here should be holding the map of Liberia in your hand like this and reading every county progress and hitting the education, the health, the security, the environment. That what the president should be telling you about. You and I should be able to sit down and say, wow, the president did well. So you want to tell me right now in River G, they got about 30% now that cover the entire River G with electricity supply. Wow, they did well. And now the president also said they got water supply now. Good water, drinking water system that cover almost 15%. So our people now going to the riverside to drink. Yeah, education. So the children in River G now, they got a very good educational program now in the country now. And we have from the president that maybe 15 students to one teacher in the classroom. Wow. And then the same thing, you go to Riverside, you go to Bapuru County, you go to Bon County, the same statistics. The president has not given you any progress report on each county as it relates to this thing that we campaign for here. There's nothing on this list that Mr. Weah is giving you any report about. These are essential things that are so important. The 4 pillars here. But Mr. Weah stood over there today and never told you. Can anyone who supports George Weah right now, give me your name, I bring you on, and you give me some statistics. All right? Start with each county. Let's pick one. Close your eyes. Maybe Grand Crew County. Where are you from? Yes. What is the progress when it comes to the provision of education from primary school up to high school? How far Mr. Weah has gone with that? When it comes to the health sector, how far Mr. Weah has improved the health sector in in Grand Crew County? Come on, let's look at the list. Decentralization. How much has he done for decentralization? Water and sanitation. How many people are now going to the forest to go and poop rather than going into indoor bathroom to poop? How many people? Nothing. But listen to what he can talk about here right now. Listen to him.
Last Sunday, I attended the 61st regular meeting of the regional body, ECOWAS, which was held after Ghana. During this conference, the chairmanship of ECOWAS was passed on from His Excellency Mr. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President.
He's giving news. He is giving news to you. What significant at this time of our country? What significant is that information? The Ghanaian president is not turning over the ECOWAS chairmanship to the president of Gabon, Brazzaville, or to whatever. What's significant? What impact does it bring? What is the value here? We're supposed to be talking about the different counties, right? You see, this president listened to Mr. Tua and McGill, and they messed that whole opportunity that was given to them on a silver platter. Nothing they got to say, friends. Nothing. Nothing they got to say. Absolutely nothing they got to say. Nothing. Nothing they got to say. Listen to him again, folks. Listen.
Of the Republic of Ghana, who have served 2 consecutive terms, to His Excellency Mr. Umaru Sissoco Ambalo, President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau. The leadership of the ECOWAS Commission was also changed, with the presidency being passed on from Mr. Jean-Paul Cassimiro of Côte d'Ivoire, who has served in that capacity since 2018, to Dr. Umar Aliyu Toure of the Gambia. Additionally, significant progress was made in dealing with the military interventions in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea through the direct and vigorous engagements of ECOWAS with these rigid regimes in order to hasten their return to civilian rule and constitutional governance. Sanctions were lifted against Mali in response to the declarations by the military of the fixed timetable to turn over power in 24 months. By 2024, which date was accepted, ECOWAS, Burkina Faso released the former president, Mr. Roch Marc Christian Kabore, from all forms of detention. And in Guinea, in order to make progress, the authorities of head of states and government appointed a new ECOWAS mediator for the country in the person of Mr.
First of all,
Thomas
first of all,
Doni.
first of all, when you ever hear somebody say, "Is this the rightful place for this information?" No. Is the information important? Yes. But is this the rightful place? No. So the president want to tell you that the only time he can give the kind of information is when he take his cabinet out of time. Out of town to go and have a cabinet retreat. Then you open a new press briefing. No. The moment he arrived to the country, he's supposed to have this information right at the airport that the purpose of my visit was to do so and so, and here are the things that are taking place. This retreat here should not be about giving any kind of regional news update here. His secretary supposed to have been out there giving this information. You see, when you see a president that doesn't have a good cabinet and just have a bunch of losers around him, that's how you see cross function, cross information. The timing of the information is not the place. He's supposed to be talking something different today. He's not talking about his deliverable for the past 5 years. No deliverable. Because all his ministers then did not come up with any strategic plan, 3 to 4 year strategic plan to effectively and efficiently run any program based on their focus area and any project based on where the preference of that project will be given to each ministry. Nothing was done. And because nothing was done, that is why you don't have no progress report. That is why you don't have no achievement report by the WIA administration here. Now with that being said, you listen to him talking about we went to ECOWAS, we went to this. That's not important. That's not important. And that is not important. Like you travel out of town. You came from out of town. You come to your family now. How was the trip? Oh, yeah, you know what? I'll come in right down the road here. I had somebody change their tire here. No. Where did you go? What happened down there? You come and tell the people the real truth. But you hear and saying something contrary. You call your family and say, oh, let us go for camping. You go for camping and the family, everybody there on camping. Yeah, we here to have good time here. Then you say, oh, I want to work the other day. We did this. And, we did it. No. We're not here to talk about your work business, all right? We brought the entire family here to discuss about what we can do to better our family, all right? This is our family thing here. You took your government official and say, let's go out of town. You walking away from distraction, right? That means you're going somewhere where you're going to sit down and keep quiet and listen to things. Then you want to use that occasion to kind of give it news. Miss priority. There should be nothing about what happened to ECOWAS over there. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But when you see incompetence, you can recognize it. The people fooled this man here because they were so greedy for power that they had no intention of this 2022, Mr. Weah should be giving you a complete county by county update based on what he got here called this thing here. This is the thing, Mr. Weah. They changed for hope. How many people changed that he had given hope to? The change you were bringing. How many people got hope today in our country? You hold the children future for 17 years. They took 6 years out of that 17 years and give it to you. All you can do is to go from one retreat to another retreat, but no single report on the progress of the children's life. Absolutely nothing. And that's why you need to hold him accountable. All right? You need to hold him accountable. Anyone starting from this month going to next year election, anyone who comes to you and want to debate the issue, tell that person, go and bring the president PAPDP, because the PAPDP, all right, the Pro for Prosperity or whatever it is, It is the car. That's the framework that they're supposed to take. They build a PAPDP. That's their car. Everyone's supposed to come here and take it like you going to eat. What one of the favorite restaurant? Give me any kind of favorite restaurant. Maybe Applebee, maybe Red Lobster, maybe even how do you call the other people here? I just forgot the name. But you give me any name of any restaurant around here, any food chain restaurant. All right. For example, let's just select Applebee. Applebee is the PAPDP. But within that Applebee, you got all the menu on the list. That means that every ministry. So they're sitting there in Applebee. Minister of Education will come and say, okay, we are in Applebee. So Applebee people are going to cook my educational program for me. Minister of Public Works, General, they're all going to sit down in Applebee and eat and cook their food and eat it nicely. What do I mean? The PDP is the place where they're supposed to take off the list and run all the program and come up with a report. Have they done that? No. Never did. That's how facile they are. That's how incompetent they are. And don't take them serious. Do not take them serious. Anyone who comes to you to debate, tell them, say, provide me the government 5-year achievement report. What have they achieved? Let's start with any county outside of Mosoraro County. What is the complete improvement now of the health sector under this government? Show me the statistics. There you go. Big no. Big no. That's how messed up they are. So listen to here again. Listen to here. Listen to here. Listen to here again, folks. Listen.
By former president of Benin. All of these developments are the result of persistent engagement by ECOWAS in order to ensure stability, democracy, and peace in our South region. But peace without prosperity is an unfinished agenda. That is why last Thursday I attended the African Summit of the International Development Association of the World Bank in Dakar, Senegal.
Going down. Going right there. Going right there.
With 22 other African heads of state.
Going right there. All right. You're going right there. Let's go to peace. All right. Let's go to peace. All right. Our country went to war, right? So let's go to peace. Let's go to peace here and bring something here. Let's go to peace here. All right. Our country went to war. All right. So let's look at this here. Let's blow this up here. On the PAPDP here, on this something here. Let's see what they got here now, right? All right. Let's see something here. Right here. What it says down here? All right. It talk about reconciliation right here, right? Look at on page 4. Let's go by. Let me zoom out of here. Let me zoom out of here and make this thing very big for you guys and blow it up here again. All right. So look, you can see pillar 1, pillar 2. Now let's come down to pillar 3. What did it say here? Reconciliation. Isn't reconciliation is all about peace building? Yes. Reconciliation is all about peace building. This president been in office for 4 or 5 years now. Did you see him reconnecting with people that he disagreed with? Did you see him bringing people together? The issue of land dispute, he had created roughness between people. The president got on pillar 3 here, peace. He got justice and human right. How many people has he given justice to? He also got reconciliation. How many people have received reconciliation in the country there? But he's talking about going to ECOWAS to talk about peace summit, right? In his own country and honor his own pillar. He wrote this thing. He put it in there. He put this thing there. But how many people across the country has his government reconciled or brought to the table to reconcile with people? None. None. And my man Ellis would say, big no. Big no. He had not done anything when it comes to reconciliation. but he want to talk about reconciliation in other countries.
Government. The conference was also attended by the World Bank Group leadership, head of regional procurement institutions, and representatives of other donor governments. This summit was followed up with the previous other 20 summit which was.
We'll hold the president there, all right? We'll hold the president there. But what we can see here is for the past 5 years, the president underperformed. There's nothing better than a D minus this government has given. D minus. And that D minus can only be contributed to the assistance that the World Bank provided. Yes, D minus is what Mr. Weah government did for the past 5 years. They underperformed. Every minister, every agency director in the Weah administration, they fail to provide the need of the people or for the people. They underperform, absolutely underperform. There is nothing that Mr. Weah did or that anybody should be proud of. He failed the people of Liberia. Yes, that's what he did. He failed the people of Liberia. Listen to it for the last time.
In July last year in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, which I also attended, and where African leaders made a joint plea to the IDA and the World Bank for a robust and ambitious replenishment of IDA resources to support our recovery agenda and to drive the sustainable development and economic transformation of our country. Our deliberations in Dakar were successful as we champion the strong start to IDA 20 financing cycle IDA 20. We call the attention of the World Bank and its agency to the fact that our continent is experiencing reversal of development being triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic and compounded by climate change, food insecurity, conflict in our region, and the war in Ukraine. We therefore welcome their positive response by the decision to approve an IDA 20 financing package of 93 million to help all countries supported by IDA recovery on the greener, more resilient and inclusive path. In view of this new development opportunity, I hereby instruct all government ministries, agencies, and commissions to vigorously engage the IDA and World Bank to ensure that Liberia will benefit from these funds during this transformational period, particularly in the areas of health, education, agriculture, digital economy, youth and women empowerment, roles and hopes.
So I don't understand what he's reading over here. After 5 years in office, this is the time now that he coming out to let the Liberian people know that he got program in place and he instructing people. Look, this is all joke, all right? This is all joke. Like we said on the show here, this is the man who said Charles Brown was going to be in charge of monitoring all the ministry performance. We never saw that. This is the man who said, oh, he went for so many retreats. We never saw any change. It's very insignificant right now to listen to this president here. The president has failed. There's nothing. He's not giving you deliverable. Every penny he took from the day he took office in 2018 to the recent just ended fiscal year, all that money they took, they wasted everything. There is no single community across Liberia of people that can come to you and say, our life, this is how our life used to be 5 years ago. And now this is our life here now. There's nothing. A man is supposed to be telling you about his accomplishment, his achievement. His achievement. There's no achievement. He giving you information about programs and not achievement. So the question is, what did he do with all the money that he took as the budget, the budget, the budget. What did they do with that? Nothing. The pre-year to election, the people don't even know where they stand. Not even the unemployment in the country, he can talk about it. How many people lost their job over the past 5 years? And how many people are now gaining jobs along with that? Nothing. How scary Monrovia used to be today, and how much confident the people who live in Monrovia can walk at the street nowadays. Nothing. How many adults in a country that couldn't read when he took over, but based on their education and training program, can now read? How many baby moms who are pregnant have safe delivery versus the mortality rate of not surviving a childbirth? Hello? It's time for the president to give a report. But you go on all of them talk show right now. The president too strong. The president too strong. This is a complete joke. This is complete joke. And this information I'm giving you, they are relevant information, relevant and significant information that the president cannot provide for you guys. So what make the president to be a successful president? Nothing. Nothing. Every few comment here, Alanda can say that the mayor is reading to the Liberian people. Let's see, Better Stewart say, Yamitro ever said he wanted to be president since Taylor's time. Yes, that's true. All right. This is a slow president. He's not winning slow, but he's not even catching up. Yeah, he's not winning slow, but he's not even catching up. Not catching up. It's not catching up. He's not catching up. Not catching up. Yeah, he's not catching up. What's up, Monu? Good evening to you, Monu. And my man Ellis said big zero. Yes, big zero. Big zero. This year should be about Mr. Weah deliverable. Mr. Weah should be giving you a result. Everything should be about Mr. Weah result now. It should be about his result. Whatever he has done, it should be about his result. About his result. All right? He really like an autistic child. Yeah, he's doing well. But not up to that level. It's a very embarrassing thing. J. Ready Double, are you for real? We have been in power for 5 years, 6 months. There you go. 5 years, 6 months. 5 years, 6 months. That's how long he been in there. Tell him, brother, Classic D say it is over. Yes. That's it right there. It's a shame. It's a shame. It is a shame. We should not be calling George Weah president. Let's call him this guy. It's a shame. He's not giving no deliverable. What's up, Brother Yango? Yeah. The president achieved nothing. 5 years, 6 months on the bullet and few hours counting. Nothing he has shown to you guys. Nothing. So let's go to the next page and let's see what happened here now. Okay, let's see what happened here next. Let's see what happened here. Right? Let's see what happened here. So here, all right. I'm here to show you guys something here now. Let's see what next on the list here, on our list here. All right. So let's come to the
and with Samuel Detour is here, and this is the event we long been waiting.
So the finance minister is about to stop or speak briefly to the press. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Implementation as per the recommendation we made will extend to the next so much.
Thank you, Mana Pebe. She's always ready to talk to the media. So folks, we are staying here. We are saying that we are giving a sign that the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, and with Samuel Detour is here, and this is the event we long been waiting for. This is the forerunner of the Liberia economy, on a summer detour. Today, we saw you doing the opening overview of this all-important retreat. What are some of the very important issues that the people need to know about your presentation today?
Well, I think the Liberian people need to know that the government is heading in the right direction. We have 16 years before hitting, 16 months before hitting 2023, where we have the economy now is on the path of stability and growth. There are significant global challenges with the Ukraine crisis. COVID is still around the corner. There are supply chain challenges with fuel, with rice, which are staple commodities here in Liberia. But we are battling through these maelstorms, and at the end of the day, what you see happening under the president's leadership is extraordinary progress. Under extremely difficult circumstances, we continue to hold steady, even when the West African region is in some economic turmoil. So this retreat is about consolidating the government towards the final march. The final run towards 2023, by the end of the year in which the PAPD comes to an end. We're looking at all 4 pillars of the PAPD: road infrastructure, electricity. The CLSG lines is a big part of the recast budget that was just submitted by the president. We're looking at governance. We're looking at macro. We're looking at the business climate. We're looking at agriculture. There are some significant things that we want to do with agriculture for the remaining year that we have not done. And so all of that is happening. The outcome is that what does this mean for the Liberian people? Well, you know, we have stabilized the poverty trajectory. It's been tough. And I can tell the Liberian people that in the outer years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, the profile of poverty is going to significantly improve. We have reduced the cost of electricity, and as more power becomes available, there will be more investment opportunities, more improvements in the business climate. So these are big things.
Okay, so let's be honest here with the finance minister here now, right? Now that he has spoken, I think I have all right to address that issue now, right? So the finance minister is giving you a list of things that they have done, all right? You see, one thing the government is good at is just to talk, and not showing any proof of what they are saying. He spoke about agriculture. Have you seen anything relating to the agriculture? How many of you guys understand or have read the Liberia National Agriculture Policy? Are we going for mechanizing farming? Are we going for industrial farming? Or are we going for maybe the most advanced technology farming? Which one it is? There is none. Instead of this finance minister speaking for his own ministry, he's going from agriculture, he's going to this, he's going to that. That is the problem with Mr. Toy. He think he knows every damn thing and he don't know every damn thing. He should be coming out here and explaining what his ministry has done, and any other ministry function should not be his responsibility. But you see, that's how African people, especially Liberian people, that's how we are. We would like to add that we know everything when our area doesn't even cover that. So the question to here is, what program did the WIA government put in place as it relates to agriculture? How many communities across the country in Liberia got electricity? At what percentage? At what percentage? When you bring in river sets, how many percentage of community across that entire county or river set that have been covered by electricity supply? He shouldn't be speaking to these things. But the brother just feel that because Joe Will say he's a clever man, so everywhere he go, he like to act like he know every damn thing. And he keeps screwing up because he's speaking with no specific data. No specific data. He's just a minister. I would even give the president credit if the president come to speak on that, because the president will get briefing from his chief of staff who will relate that information from all the different agency and ministry to the president. So the president can speak on some of these things, not in detail. But the finance minister, he just the finance and planning minister. Why his business got to do with LEC? What his business got to do with agriculture? When he giving money to the people, that's all. He should say, you know what, our ministry in charge of the budget, we gave the Ministry of Agriculture this amount, the Electricity Corporation, the revenue we collected, this is how much we had done. As far as they're doing their job, I would suggest that you guys reach out to them so that they can provide an update to. No, but this guy feel that that's his era. Every era of his, that's him. That's a shame. You cannot operate like that. All right? He went behind his scope of work. There you go. Thank you very much, Henry. Thank you very much. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. He's going beyond his scope of work, and that's absolutely wrong. So the question there is, I hope the journalists will ask him, Mr. Toy, yes, what have been the national policy plan of the Ministry of Agriculture? And what is the focus point to improve the agriculture sector? Let's listen to him more again, folks. Let's listen to him here.
Things. Every day, the Liberian people are bombarded with propaganda, with negative information about the government, which is not true. I think the good thing is that Liberian people now are thinking for themselves. They are not allowing any radio person, anybody on social media to define what for them is a priority.
There you go again. Oh. There you go again. Oh. He's picking for now. He's picking for him rather than focusing on the issue. He's picking for on every one of us here. All the radio talk show, all the talk show. He's picking for on them now. Picking for on them now. Focus on your job. Talk about deliverable. Talk about what your ministry had done over the past 5 years. Talk about revenue generation. You borrowed money from where? From the road fund. Tell us why it happened. What was the gap that led to that? No, you're coming to be blaming people on social media. Don't they have right? They have part of the fourth F test. They have voice for the voiceless too. So why he coming after them? I don't understand. Let him go ahead and keep blaming the people. Rather than giving you the government deliverable, he throwing the blame out here.
No, the Liberian people know and trust the judge where that's why they elected him. They have seen that this man, even under difficult circumstances, is developing the country. The people of Nima County are seeing massive development. I had the opportunity for the first time since I was born, 2 or 3 days ago, to drive on a paved road between Ganta and going to Prince Johnson's.
So can he catalog all the road development for us? I mean, look at all the county. Can he catalog all the road development? You see, when they take one project or two projects, then they won't come and just popularize it. Yeah, we got good development, or show us the scope. I mean, the dashboard of the progress. Show all the dashboard. What are the feeder roads? What are the newly constructed roads? What are the upgraded roads? How many of them across the country? You can't just look at one county and say, oh yeah, we're doing this. No, you've been in power for 5 years. Gather all the roads that were in bad condition that you fixed. That part of your data collection. Gather the roads. Look at the newly constructed roads. Put it in a separate category that are taking place across the counties. Look at the one that you are trying to look into as a very brand new one, and give all the statistics. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. Listen to him more.
And that cycling road, it's been paved. For the first time, the segment between Ganta and the Prince Johnson College University is paved. The president was surprised when he was driving. He was asking, where is this? Mr. McGill told him, but this is the road that you came to break ground for. He said, oh, but I can't even make the place up. That's what's happening. Young children growing up on the George Weah are seeing the transformation of the country. Yet this is the George Weah that people said.
So how does he measure the transformation? How does he measure the transformation here? Is the transformation moving straight, or is that transformation increasing? Or is it going straight? Or is it diving? Is it dipping down? Where is it moving here? See, don't use the words like that. Be very direct. Be more specific. Transformation is taking place. What is the demographic that is taking place? And what is the geographic that is taking place? That's what we want to understand. What is the demographic, and where is the the geographic. The transformation is taking place across all 15 counties or just in one county. That's what I'm interested in, and that's why you should be interested in. This is the year that this will be giving report. You can come out and just open one conversation and give you, all right? Who's always be talking about the transformation when you are not even done population census? How can the transformation make sense when you're not doing the population and housing census? You know, when you do the census, you got to know how many children in the home, how old are they, what are their class, first grade, second grade to 12th grade, college. The census will get you all those things, right? But they are not done census. But the man talking about transformation, come on, man, chief, don't do that kind of thing to us, man. Nobody's stupid here. Don't do that kind of thing to us, chief. Nobody's stupid here. Don't do it to us. Don't do it to us, Mr. Tuer. Don't do it to us. Nobody's stupid here. Nobody's stupid here, Mr. Tuer. Don't do it to us here. Nobody's stupid here. You are not taking no census. Since 2018, you took office. That should have been the census year. And you're talking about making transformation. How do you define transformation when you don't even know how much the population has been transformed? And you're talking about transformation? Come on, let's get serious here, man, folks. Let's get serious here, man. At least the census, if you use the census, the population census will give you at least give us some hope to say, yeah, he making sense. Because we look at the census and say, yes, things are improved. Because he's going to give you a breakdown, but nothing like that. That's one of the biggest error there too, and failure as well. So let me progress here, folks.
Is not competent to lead the country. This is the man who has managed. We don't have any political prisoners here. There are no political deaths here. So the country is stable democratically, economically. We are making progress. There are serious challenges. We're trying to work with investors to come. We're working with the HPX and the ArcelorMittal deal. We're still hammering those through. They have job application for our people. We're doing our best under the circumstances. The president gets credit. He gets praise when he sits amongst his friends and say, you're doing well, because we see the IMF report. You know, I go to U.S. Treasury, I go to Washington, talk to congressional leaders.
Also, we can see IMF report. Let me tell you now, the IMF usually come every 3 months. It is a deal. It is a frequency. And even you are say here, you can subscribe to the IMF on Liberia. Every time the IMF visit, you will get a copy. Yes, you will get a copy. You can visit the IMF, and subscribe, including the World Bank. You will get that feedback. Why? Because the people want to know the money they're giving the Liberian government, what are the projects they are implementing, and what is the direction of the project, the frequency. That's why they come. So they cannot take that same idea and apply it at every ministry based on the program they are implementing or carrying out to come up with a report. You hear him talking about report? He's talking about report now, right? The IMF will give IMF a report. What about the ministry that he occupies and all the other ministry there in Liberia? Why isn't he talking about their progress? You see how when the women in front of something, it gives you different sense of leadership than when we have our own people in the front of something. He's now talking about how do you call it? He's talking about what? About report now, right? Yes. Now let's listen to him again.
They have seen the progress that this president has made, all right? Yet people try to use historical patterns of corruption as a political weapon against our administration. We're making concrete effort against corruption. Right now, as we speak, there was a debate in this hall about Liberia, the LACC enforcement of the current law. That law is going to change, giving full prosecutorial power to the LACC. The highlight of that law is that even the president will no longer have a discretion as president, any president, to choose LACC people. They will be chosen.
That political talk. 5 years, you don't talk about that. But election is coming up before you want to talk about changing and giving absolute power or some type of control power to the LACC. That bogus. That is political talk. Nobody should believe that. Nobody. If the president had his agenda when he took office, these are things they stood on the sideline and criticized Ellen about for 12 years. And only 1 year prior to election before they won't get LACC power. No, don't listen to do that jazz. That's why it is jazz talk. Yes, to know how to dribble people with so scan talk. I couldn't agree with you more. Ronnie Cummings. He dodges the question. Let's listen to him again.
From a list that will be recommended by a panel that includes development partners. Now you tell me the government that does that, and you say the government cannot fight corruption. You tell me. That means to appoint a new commissioner, the president will have to look at a recommendation from an expert panel who will have civil society representation, who have development partner representation. How much more can we be so transparent in this country? We take all our financial data and we send it to the IMF every week. Every spending the government goes through goes to.
I like the way he post stuff, right? How much work can we be transparent? What the transparency is, when you ask people for your own program document, it tells them it's somewhere over there. See, using the words loosely, it just play to the ignorant minds based on how he show himself. That's why he does. But I would say nobody should be deterred. Continue to ask the question. They are not transparent enough, as far as I'm concerned. The government or George Weah is not transparent. Mr. Tour trying to help, but he's not helping at all. This government is not transparent.
Intrusive scrutiny. How much transparency can we do? Everybody has seen that. The good thing is that the development partners have seen that there was an attempt to destroy our government by propaganda. They now understand that. The Liberian people now understand that the attempt to destabilize the government by propaganda has failed.
Which Liberian people? When you are not giving one statistics on the Liberian people. Young people spend 17 years behind the CDC. But when you go across all counties in Liberia, the very young people cannot give you any certificate of personal achievement. And you're talking about the young people, when the young people don't even have the means to do anything, then you're talking about young people. Another loose talk. That's why it is again, loose talk.
So we are marching on to victory and saw in Lofa County recently.
Okay. Thank you very much for mentioning Lofa County. I was just driving.
What kind of Lofa County victory? You cannot claim that victory. This guy was an independent candidate. He take your money any day. He was not on your ballot. The history will show that that election did not put CDC name on our ballot. The guy was an independent. So why is he coming here to say we claim victory? Is that how you claim victory, when you take somebody from elsewhere and you befriend them and then you say you claim victory? No, the CDC brand is dead already. The CDC brand is dead already. So Minister 12, that is not your victory. That is not your victory. You're illegally obtaining that guy. That's not your victory then. That is not your victory. Nope. That is not your victory there, 12. That is not your victory. Yes. A lot of all kind of thing in here. That's not your victory there. Let me problem.
And are you complacent? Relative to the result coming from Lofa?
Listen. The challenges of this country are monstrous. And so no serious government will be complacent. This country has a structural problem. We are attempting to solve that structural problem for the first time. In the last 12 years of the Unity Party administration, we did not see that attempt. All right? Significant resources came, but the real problems in the Liberian economy were not solved. So the growth we were having in 2009, 2010, those are growth from extraneous factors. Well, growth from higher commodity prices, yes, but there were a lot of foreign influences in the economy that were not endogenously tied to our domestic process. The growth you see happening today and will happen is more fundamental to the growth that ever happened in this country. So we are diversifying the economy. We have to do well. But there is no, let me be clear to the Liberian people. There will be no serious progress in Liberia unless we solve roads and electricity. There's no question. There will be no serious progress. That's why we put in the effort. We're now trying to move around 20.
So I'm going to solve it. Since the U.S. ambassador spoke about the issue of power theft in the country, what type of restructuring Mr. Weah has put in place as it relates to uplifting the LDC from a leaking administration? What structure? What structure? Guys, come on, help me up here. 1 month that U.S. ambassador came out and made that statement. I don't want to go for that video right now because I'm not going to be going for any video when I speak about it. We listen to Mark McCarthy really going down to earth to tell the we administration about how the electricity is being taken away by power theft or through power theft. And he mentioned about maintaining whatever new piece of equipment they have put at that dam in order to keep it running. The power need to be paid for. And he talking about restructuring now. That make no sense. That make no sense. That make no sense. You want open line? Victoria, you want to come talk? Just let me know. I was saying the request, you follow the prompt. That's all you got to do. Anybody who want to chime in, just let me know. This thing is very easy. I send you the link. You follow the same thing. You be here, just how Moses can invite me and invite others. The same software he uses, that the same software here. So if you want to come in, just let me know. I send you the link. All I got to do, just go in here, hit the share button, invite button. I tap your name. You receive it. You just follow the prompt. So if you want to come and participate, that's up to you or anybody else. All right. So somebody said D12 will make good minister for presidential affairs. Just so you know, he explained every topic. I couldn't agree with you more, JT. Yeah, maybe he could go in that era there. He could go in that era. He could go in that era to go speak. He could go in that era to go speak. All right. So this will explain the video. All right, let's listen to him again. Let's listen to him.
$1 million into the CLSG line with LEC so that we can start. The 65 million we're programming just for electricity to come from CLSG, okay, from Ivory Coast and Ghana. Roads construction's going on. So those are the two big things. As we are solving them, we are turning our attention to education where there is a monstrous challenge. We're trying to end the problem of girls.
You see how the guy mob is so sweet that it means so 12. You see, why would Minister 12 come and speak? You see how the government is so narrow to Samuel 12 McGill? He's not the Minister of Education. He's talking about the road. He's not the Minister of Public Works. He talk about electricity. He's not the director of the Liberia Electricity Corporation. He's coming down to education. He's not the education minister. Where is he going next? Now you see how the government of Joe Weah works. He discussed everything. And that's why, if you don't mind, we can blame some of the ministers. Because I know when they go to, oh, yeah, just forget I want to everything to Mr. Weah. That's how he behaves. I want to believe there are some ministers in the government that really want to talk, but this tour guy don't get a chance. That's what I want to believe. He got there, I know it all, everything syndrome here. That's what I think he got. Yeah, jack of all trade and master of none. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. Somebody asked you, did you support Weah? Why are you asking that question, Abraham Freeman? Abraham Freeman, why are you asking that question? I'll wait for your answer. That is so wrong. You cannot cross carpet everywhere. You got to wait. You cannot cross carpet everywhere. Exactly. He discussed everything else but finance. That's why it is. He discussed everything else but finance or the finances of the country. So I think JT is right. I think JT is right. JT is right. He needs to be Minister of State. I think that will be the position. That way he can elaborate on everything. Yes. All right. So, Mr. Amara said, because I don't blame you for speaking all the truth now. Do you think I'm speaking all the truth right now, Mr. Amara? guys, let me take a break and address somebody here, right? Because y'all know what this is going to end already, right? Those of you that know me now, I'm about to address Amara Freeman. And how your team, you know how you're going to go down, right? He asking me now, did you support George Weah, right? This guy never watched me here before. He don't know where I'm coming from. He doesn't know where I'm coming from. So what I would say to him right now, do not go beyond the statement here now. Because you don't have no history. Just keep with the flow. Just keep with the flow that we're going by right now. Because I don't want other people to feel bad about me here. You don't know where I'm coming from. You never been on my show before. Because if you've been on my show before, you by now will know where I came from. So, Mr. Freeman, in the spirit of goodness, just remain as it is, all right? Let's just keep it that way. Let's just keep it that way, all right? No biggie, all right? So let us make progress. Let them make progress. Because later on, I advise that you go back and pay attention. I know you're trying to get something clear here. I understand that. But I would just advise that we just stay here and go forward. All right? All right. Because when you say now, you said, I don't blame you now for speaking the truth. I have been speaking the truth long time ago. I have been speaking the truth long time ago. I got information here that I can share with you here. So let's just keep it that way and move forward. All right. I understand not everybody will come here to watch my show, but those who watch the show here, I think they will better relate to you as I go ahead. So somebody out there who want to help the brother, please help the brother. You can be chit-chatting and say, hey, this is what I know about Randy. He got all the evidence. And then if he need it from me, I will send it to him later on. So let me progress. All right. So I appreciate you for that. All right. All right. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, my friend. The fire is you're not here. You are not here. You were never here. So what I'm doing, you have no clue about that. I'm not here to answer your question. I'm just telling you now, I need to move on. If you need any further question, don't come to ask it here. Ask me later, we'll discuss that here, right? Because you're not a regular or listener to my show. You don't watch my show. I haven't seen you yet before. I don't know you. Yes, I don't know you. All right? But thank you for stopping by. All right? All right. So that may progress here, folks. You see, when you don't know somebody, you don't just come and start to say things. Yes. You don't come and say things. That's just me. If I see you for the first time, I will not just say anything. I will listen to you. Because I don't know who you are. I can't judge you like that. But if you come, you want to start asking questions, oh, now you're speaking the truth, then you're trying to stir or something, then I will have to start to address you because I know you're a stranger here. A town here, you don't belong in a town. All right? I don't care how anybody may feel. Because Liberians love to politically stereotype people. Liberians love political stereotyping. They don't worship, they don't wash you. They want to come and create some political something. No, I will not sit by there and lie, all right? All right. Jeha, I will not see you on the street and start to hit my car button because you're coming towards my car and I'm going in the store because I'm stereotyping you. No. Once I know my car door is like, it's like. You don't know me, don't come ask me that question yet. No, when you come for the first time, enjoy the lecture, let's have fun, all right? So guys, let's listen to Mr. Toya. Let me progress.
Leaving school to put more money. Next year budget will see more resources to agriculture. We are hiring 2,000 new teachers in this current budget year.
Oh, yeah?
We are placing volunteer teachers who've been volunteer for the last 10 years. We are placing them under the budget this year. We are sweating the development envelope. We are straining the fiscal resources on an extremely difficult.
All right, so he talking about hiring more teacher. He talking about 3 days. Why now? Why now? Why now? Why now? Why now? These things here should have been mentioned long time ago. These things should have been mentioned long time ago. But why before election time? Why? I don't understand.
Circumstances. We need to get praise for that. We don't need criticism. We need understanding for the Liberian people.
What want to know exactly what when it comes to this.
Well, I've been talking about the economy. Growth is going to be around 4%. Where, you know, you saw the graph. The graph is going up. We're coming from a very difficult terrain. All right, the global economy is shaking. Global growth has contracted by 6%, 6.5%. So global growth has dropped because of the challenges. Yeah, we are holding steady. Revenue continues. The LRA man presented on the revenue numbers. We are still on track to meet our revenue target under this budget. When we passed this budget, people were asking questions. I said, even right now, people are asking, there's a problem with the recast. I mean, there's a confusion in the country when the president submits a recast, which is a supplementary budget, every year. The government has to review the budget midterm. In Ghana, they are doing that. In Sierra Leone, I was just talking with the Sierra Leone finance minister, and he said they are submitting their recast, their supplementary to the parliament.
Mr. Minister, as we run down this interview, can you put a score tag on the account of the PAPD? The performance report.
And at this time, the people are the coal, charcoal, the rubber is spoiling the country. What do you make of
No, listen, we're deforestation, we're in a new regime. We're trying to protect all of our forests. The government is working to increase its protected areas. The way to go forward now is not to cut down our trees.
All right, so this is very interesting here, right? So he's now talking about the forest deforestation in the country. Again, Minister Tour should not be talking about deforestation in the country. Yes, he should not be talking about deforestation. He should be redirecting the finance minister. I mean, the journalist to the director of the FDA. He should not be the one be talking those things. He shouldn't be the one be talking this thing in here. He shouldn't be the one to be talking this thing in here. No, he shouldn't be the one to be talking this thing. All he should be doing is to refer, is to make referrals. Say, look, go and the FDA got a managing director. You can reach out to the FDA managing director and he'll be able to answer the question. And that one thing we need to establish in our country. If it's not your area, don't go into it too deep. And that's what he's doing. That's crop functioning. He's not supposed to be doing those things. And he's not supposed to be doing those things. He's not supposed to be doing it. Yes, he's not supposed to be doing those things. He should have his own functional area to discuss these things here. All right. So let's listen to here again.
You are going to see us relying less on the revenue from commercial logging. Protecting that, we are going to be issuing a green bond very soon with the support of the African.
A green bond very soon. Wow. A green bond very soon. A green bond very soon. That's interesting. That is interesting. Let me see what Victoria say here. Please move that picture. Please, Victoria. Please, Victoria. Since Agnes is here already. All right. He has been listening to Mr. Cummings' plan. That is why. All right. So let's see here. Let's see here. Emmanuel say here, the journalists in Liberia are not up to the task. I couldn't agree with you more. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. All right. Why you remove his comment, Randy? Whose comment I remove, Victoria? Whose comment I remove? All right. Let's see here. Yumonto said, these are the men who are messing our country up. I couldn't agree with you more. I could not agree with you more. Yes, I could not agree with you more. Let me make progress here. All right. Let me progress. All right. So Let's listen to the finance minister again. He's on.
Development Bank. We are positioning Liberia Bank for Development and Investment to issue this loan for the government. Because we say we have massive forests in Liberia, but we are not benefiting from the greenery of the Liberian economy. So we are changing our model on the green climate. We're not going to deforestation. Deforestation is going to come to an end because of the new program we are putting on. Healthcare, we are priority. Yesterday we met Tapeta Hospital.
There you go again. He's speaking about healthcare again. There you go again. He's speaking about healthcare. He shouldn't be speaking about healthcare. That's not his era. He shouldn't be speaking about healthcare. This is the problem that Mr. Toy has. He speaks on everything which is not right. He speaks on everything that's absolutely wrong. Yes, that's absolutely wrong. Now, let's come to another interesting video here, all right? A very, very interesting video from yesterday. I want to share this, and let's see how this will go. Let's go to another video here. I love the video here. This video is mainly about learning purposes here. Let make this. All right, so in this video here, guys, Poco Rabo said a lot of things yesterday, but this guy you see to the far left here of your screen right here, all right? Not the guy with the forehead, the guy with a little profile here. I want us to listen to what the guy said yesterday. What the guy said yesterday really touched me, and I feel that this election, it has a lot of component that we cannot just understand it from one angle. We gotta look at it from so many angles. All right. So his name is Aaron. I want us to listen to here. All right. Let's see how far he going. I mean, we have gone with this video here. Let's listen to here.
For prosecution, I want to be clear. I don't know what I told my man on the air. But anyway, let's go ahead. I will Sean Kingston.
Yeah,
What's up, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. How's everything?
How the family, everything?
Everything doing good.
Mr. Tan, what's up?
I mean, nothing. I just follow. I just enjoying the show today, my man. Becoming a celebrity now, my man.
My man, the people regretting what they lost their political wealth. Why? You know, when you are man, you lost your farm wealth, very, very hard working. When it comes to any kind of activity or any kind of ability, she carry that political or tattoo. When you lose her, it always play on your memory. But for you to not put on your face like you like it play on you, you always bring deception. You'll be bringing all kind of criticism, all kind of negative criticism. But we're not to care about that. Yeah, we are focused, we are how to call it or resolve how to go to the Queen body and that area. I'll bring you back. I beg you, my man. I'm not happy yet now.
My man,
yeah, go to the Queen body, I will see your request. So, Mr. Aaron,
one of my biggest disappointment, when I hear people talking about the new.
Like I overheard you and just
All right, so guys, I want us to listen to Aaron here, right? He about to say something here. Very interesting conversation. I want us to listen to him. Please, let's go ahead and listen to him.
Or Cecilia, whosoever, start hauling and pulling. In order to claim a case or to win a case, you have to provide substantial evidence. Or evidence in every matter in the court of trial is a weapon in order to win your case. So if she come out to say that you call her husband and then her husband did not pick up, and then later on the return the call, she said that she overheard you saying that she was begging you, and she challenged the fact. The fact is that we should stick to the matter. And two, let me get to other points that have been taken down. If you the father, if you refuse to give the children good training, they go out there today or tomorrow. If it causes any problem out there, who the blame shall be shaped on? Who the blame will be shaped on?
Answer the question.
You asking me?
Yes.
Yes, asking the audience and that of you. If you don't give your child proper training when they go out there and then they spoil the parent name, who the blame will come on?
The blame will show the parent.
Thank you. So if we are saying the government of Liberia and then it have been restricted directly, or it have been given post directly to President we should not see that as a problem because why? He's the executive. His inexecutive within this country is to see all patriotics Liberians to live in peace and harmony. But now we're scanning other people at dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction is within the land. I can attest to it. You getting me? This is number one point of all being insincere to ourselves.
There you go.
When we see there is no peace and harmony, others are going to bear with hunger,
Yep.
and others are going to bear with laughter. But those that are going to bear with hunger, you don't want them to speak because why? You friendly with those that go to bear with laughter in order to see how best to gain relevance.
So, guys, you hear what the guy is saying here? And that's one of the reasons why I thought it wise to play this. All right. I want us to listen to this guy. All right. I got up this morning and I listened to him and I like, you know what? I don't know how many people listen to this young man, but he made a very valid point, and I thought that I share it on the show so that you guys can get to understand. I think he's in Liberia. Yeah, I think he's in Liberia, and it just goes to show that not all young people in Liberia are going to follow CDC, deceptive mindset, as in the guy you see above there in the red beret. I want to commend this guy, so let's listen to him here because one thing he said, you want to agree with those who are going to bear with their belly full, and you want to disagree with those who are going to bear hungry, and because they're going to bear hungry and complaining, you want to disagree with them. And this is where the discontinuity comes in, and the insincerity comes in with some of these guys. So I love the way he having this conversation here as a young man versus a young man. These are the kind of conversation that I like to capture because it plays a very significant role. Let's listen further.
So we don't want those people that go to bear with hunger to not speak. And that which occur is not what we put them there for. We put them there to see how best for change or changes to be made in the land. I see people making references to other nationality, Liberian or Nigerian, Ghanaian, and what have you. There's a format have been laid and a foundation have been set for the unborn children to come today. But our question here today, from 1847, every night and day, we just came from war, What are some of the prerequisites that have been set for the country? Or what are some of the implementation that is going on for our unborn children? For us, we are already in the future. So I am not speaking for myself. I'm speaking for my children, and I'm speaking for the unborn. So the issue is, when you hear people say the government is not doing bad for every country around the world, people agree and disagree.
Yes.
People say yes and say no. They wish if the other man say no, he got.
So, guy, if you look at the facial expression, you see the guy in the red beret, the guy wearing the red beret, he had become completely succumbed because the truth is coming from this guy, is hitting every part of him right now. So he's absorbing the truth without doing anything. This is the kind of conversation that I would love to see taking place on the ground between the young people. You heard the young man saying, it is not about me. It is not about me. It's not about me. Let me progress.
High cost. Even though 100% government will not take all responsibility, but the responsibility is to see how best the country run on a smooth move. But now we're still in the hardship in the land. Then you want the people to give you praises? No. Yesterday, I was one of those.
Yeah.
I was in the forefront. I even spent up to $6,000-7,000 on our Asia on this government. Thinking that, yes, indeed, this government come, things will be smooth. Not for money to come in my pocket, but a precedent to be set. Fixing road is not all to it.
There you go.
But see how best to build the foundation, because even God himself said we should build our foundation on a solid rock. That when the wind comes, the storm blow, it will only rock, but we will never fall. My question to us is today, what are some of the foundation are we building? We don't have no foundation.
Tell you.
And this country is one of the countries that gave birth to other nations. No matter how it is, this country has been shared among the British and the Great Britain and the American people. So when we go back to history, and then we'll know definitely that this country played major roles in giving birth to other countries. Well, yeah, where are we today? Let's go to the other point of Justino Taylor. If we can come out to be or to be sincere to Justino Taylor, then you think we will move forward? No, we'll not move forward. What made you think that if even a murderer
I mean,
goes
you say
today,
you get count all the beef festival, but not in which way?
to be sincere to Justino Taylor issues, right? Instead of us criticizing to the extent you were not in the game, as you said when the incident occurred, you was one or two that were on the scene that took her to hospital. So the question is, what led her to be hospitalized at the time? Meaning she was in some dangerous position that led her to her unconscious that coming.
To correct you, I'm not you continue or Sean, you continue to correct you. When the incident occurred, the incident happened to her, I was not on the scene. When she was carried to the hospital by Helen Costa, because Helen Costa was the only men around the scene.
Committed.
The war activity.
No, what he did to President do.
And I mean, in the war activity, we have been meeting it because all the things happening is serious. It make it serious.
All right, so we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. I think I have presented the truth of what I think you need to know. That there are some young people in the country, such as the young guy they call Aaron that you listen to, who really believe that the democracy we have in Liberia cannot be shared just by people who support the government. It is a democracy that must be shared, all right? That must be shared by everyone in our country, both for and against. So I hope that we took a great lesson from this guy because I don't think the CDC guy will change. All right, the guy is not going to change because he's doing things to justify why he believes are the right thing to do. Yeah, he's doing things what he feel are the right thing to do. But kudos to that guy, and that is, I mean, I would say he really, in my opinion, he won that conversation. I mean, I would give him a prize for that show yesterday because he spoke his heart, and these are people that we're looking forward to have a very good conversation with, and I think someone like that could be, and a person that maybe the ANC or somebody can talk to because he's very open-minded. His mind is open to other ideas and stuff like that. Yes, his mind is open, and I appreciate him for that as well. Yes. All right, so let me progress. Let me progress here. Yes. Let review comment here. Let review comment here. I see. Oh, let me remove this here quickly here. Let review comments here. But before we do that, let me move this from here. So JD say, 2023 message for our people. Dear Liberian, if you can't afford higher taxes, if you are afraid to walk the street at night, if you are sick and tired of corrupt government official, if your children are getting the education, if your children aren't getting the education they deserve, then you need a government appointed by CDC or CPP. I mean, then you don't need a government. I'm keep skipping the words here. Then you don't need a government appointed by CDC or CPP. All right. Just so you know, CPP will be inside my name. All right. JD is saying something here. All right. All right. So let's see here. Umontro say he's thinking hard here, thinking very hard. Let's see. Armstrong Jabba, good evening to you there. Welcome to the show here. Let's see what I have here for this video here. Let's see what time is it here. Yes, we are pressing with time here. So how about last video? So these are the young people here, and as we classify the video tonight, these are young people here. All right, as you can see them here, they were in Nima County. These are the young people here, and I just want us to take a look at them, all right? And let's listen to them here. and I'm going to lower the volume because the squeaky noise from the car horn and stuff like that, very high here and stuff like that. All right, so let's listen to that here now. All right, so where is it? Let's play that.
We are the manager of Liberia for sale. We remain constant to secure the work of our state money for sale.
Incident of PYJ. See, the motorcyclists are all out at this car, but since then, you have not. You have to take the courage, but the law is shown by the young people of the county, and now he's walking with them to his lodge. Let's see. Just
So I'm going to show part of the video here. All right, so guys, with that, we would like to come to the end of the presentation here. I thought it was to show this last portion of the video because it continues to show that our young people are not given the opportunity. They put the young people life on hold for 17 years. The young people took 12 years and gave it back to them, where they gave them the presidency and nothing they managed to do for the young people. The message will continue. We will continue to be here to, push the message to the young people for them to be able to not make that mistake again, to give the government another 6 years that will take them to 23 years in power. 23 years, as a political party, including the 12 year they are asking for. What's going to happen if that happens is that they're going to lose whatever they are hoping for. That is the young people future going to be at the highest risk. So we'll continue to push this message here from time to time. So again, I would like to say a big thank you to every one of you guys. But before I go, let me say this here. This platform has been in existence for a very long time. I'm not stranger to Liberian politics. I've been in Liberian politics in 2010. I had people putting threat on me. I had people insulting me because of what I stand for. If you come on my show, I don't know who you are. If you ask me any question, I will address you because I know Liberians, they stereotype people. When you come here, I don't know who you are. Just how when the police pull you over, you can be the man who serves Jesus wine. The policemen don't know you. When you're on my show and you start to ask me questions, I'll have that right to ask you that question and answer your question. Answer your question. And if you stand to go further beyond that, you want to judge, I will not keep you on my show here. Why? Because I don't know who you are. You can be a sedition that come here and want to disturb. You can be a unity party that come here, you want to be disturbed. One thing I will say here, there are people who go on other large platforms. Whether somebody is causing that person is causing people harm to go there religiously. Oh yes, there are some people here. By the time a guy who calls people man comes on, no matter what they're doing, they're there 24/7. And people like that, they know those individuals very well because every day they on that show. If you cannot commit yourself to another man's show, but you only stop by because you don't have anything, and then you come and you want to be asking questions, then you got me to contend with because you are not from the territory, you are not from the environment. And then don't come to ask questions or things that you don't know. That is my principle, and I stand by it. Just how the police will pull you over if they don't know who you are until you be a very nice person and the conversation go good, you go away, the police go away. The political environment we find ourselves in that is so entrenched and intertwined with different people that we don't know. Everyone on the platform and on any platform got their right to be whatever they want to be. But I advise that when you come on any one platform, you don't know the person, take one day and watch the person. That's what they call Facebook profile. Go on the person profile and do a little bit research of the person. If you feel you get enough information, then you can come back and say, okay, I know where this guy coming from. But you can just come on somebody's platform and then you want to be asking questions and then you want to be very specific. I will not take this here. If I will go back to my 5 people, let me go back to my 5 people. But I have to set my guidelines here. I have to set my rules. Yes, I have to set my rule. You like it or you don't like it, that's fine. All right? You like it, you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not here to make any plow with you yet tonight, Victoria. Yes. So with that being said, I just have to move on, guys. I would like to say thank you to every one of you guys for taking all your time to watch my show. I'm not here to make any case here with anybody here tonight. Yes. I'm not here to make any case with anybody here tonight. Nobody. I'm not here to make any case with nobody here. I run my show. I will run it. The way you want to run your show, it's up to you. Yes. When I used to call Mr. Comic Coco Crossetter around here, some of you guys never came here. When I used to say Boca is this, but I got to understand these people. So today I'm doing what I'm doing today. Nobody run my show. I run my show here. Everybody that run their show got whatever they choose to do. They got whatever they choose to do. So I'm not here to come please everybody here. No, 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 no. This show is not here to come please everybody here. I cannot see you on the street and call you different names because I see that you're from a different class of people. No, I can't do that. No. So the judgment is up to you guys. Whatever you want to judge, it's up to you guys. The whole world will not judge me. You're welcome, my man Heron. You're welcome. All right? You cannot come to somebody's house and try to be disrespectful. Then you say, oh, you don't know me from nowhere. You're asking me a question. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? What sense does that make? People should be respectful of each other. I don't see people on the street and just start judging and like, no. So that's my show, all right? You want to know about me? Come here and watch me. Give me 1 or 2 times, watch me, and then you can come and be asking me questions. But you can come on my show and want to be doing this. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. If I went on anybody's show, I would keep my mouth and be watching and doing more listening. That's what I would do. Yes. All right. So, guys, thank you so much. Says Agnes, thank you for your time. You Montreal, thank you for your time. All my guys, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you guys. All right. Everybody got specific interest. I'm not here to fight for anybody's interest. I just have to do my job. Yes, I have to do my job. All right. That's why I love my Big Five. And somebody said my Big Ten. I love my Big Ten. Don't come on people's show and start judging them like that. It's not right. You can't do that. I don't go on other people's show and just judge people like that. No, I stay away from people's show because that's who I am. But hey, it's up to you guys to judge who you want to judge. You can be your own judge. It's up to you. So until then, I see you guys tomorrow. I will be here again early in the morning, be broadcasting in Liberia. Every one of you guys will be sleeping. I'm doing a specific job here. Guess what? You don't have to please everybody, though. You don't have to please everybody. There's no way you can please everybody here. And you just got to do what is best for you, and that's it. Yes. All right. So I would like to say a big thank you to you guys. Y'all have yourself a pleasant day. All right. And enjoy yourself. I'll see you guys. Yes, Power. Thank you very much, Power. Have a good day yourself too, Power. Thank you very much for your understanding. I appreciate you guys very well. Yes, this is Agnes. Thank you so much. Gotta go rest. We got a long day tomorrow. All right. We are here from now to the end of this whole camping season. We will see people who will be distraction, who will not pay attention to them because we got a mission to accomplish. All right. We are here for a purpose. We know there are people who want to come to distract us. We will not be deterred by them because we got a mission to accomplish. Until then, I see you guys. Bye.